The Trap of the Spiritual Narcissist. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and in this video, I'm going to address the spiritual or religious narcissist and how to spot them. Spiritual narcissists are typically covert and therefore harder to detect. Adding the element of religion or spirituality can make detection even more difficult. The spiritual narcissist loves to self-promote. This is one of their signature traits. For these narcissists, every conversation is an opportunity for them to brag about their own achievements, whether real or imagined. They will typically boast about their own experience of enlightenment, again, whether real or imagined, and they see themselves as more aware and more awake than others. They may try to convince you of their superior knowledge in the spiritual, religious, or metaphysical realm. And they have a story or stories of some unbelievable event that opened their eyes to some greater truth or greater knowledge. If you became romantically involved with a spiritual narcissist, in the beginning of the relationship, their love bombing included telling you things like, the two of you were brought together by divine intervention, that you are soulmates, and that all of their past relationships failed, and yours did too, because they were destined to be led to you, and vice versa. Now, this can be highly intoxicating and will feel very real to the victim, who is unaware that their religious or their spiritual beliefs are now being used to seduce them. Later on, those same beliefs will be used against them. The spiritual narcissist knows that your spiritual growth is important to you, and they use this knowledge to mirror you, which is where they're showing you what you want to see. They're pretending to be everything you want, and this sucks you in. These narcissists often purposely seek victims within spiritual communities because people in those communities are typically more empathetic. They're more forgiving. They may also be more vulnerable because they're seeking healing themselves. These victims are also more likely to endure the narcissist's abusive behavior for longer periods of time as they seek to help or save the narcissist. If you met the narcissist at a church or a spiritual center, you're even more likely to make the assumption that they are a good person. I met my narc ex-husband at a spiritual center where I was working at the time. He came there to do past life regression therapy, and the day after I met him, I had a session with him. After that session, he began telling me that there's no such thing as coincidence, that we were destined to meet at this particular time and place, and of course, that we were soulmates. So when you become involved with someone you believe shares the same spiritual and religious beliefs as you do, the same values, the same integrity and goals, it feels amazing, and you believe the two of you together can accomplish anything. You have found the perfect partner. These type of narcissists will use terms such as destiny, fate, God's will, soulmates, twin flames, and synchronicities. If you believe in past lives, they're going to tell you they loved you in past lives. If you believe in twin flames, you already know that these relationships are defined as intense, where two people come together to heal each other's wounds and take each other to the higher level. So emotional upheavals are to be expected. The problem is, if you believe someone is your soulmate or your twin flame, you're more than likely to put up with more abuse from them than someone who doesn't believe in soulmates or twin flames. And you may even defend the relationship to others who are seen through the narcissist facade. The narcissist has probably already convinced you that other less enlightened individuals can't possibly understand or grasp your special and divine connection. More than likely, you met this narcissist while they were still in a relationship or recently out of a relationship. Narcissists never leave relationships unless and until they have secured a new primary source of supply. They always maintain side sources of supply, always, just like all narcissists do. And they do this even when they're love bombing you. Now, if the narcissist partner ended the relationship and the narcissist hasn't secured a suitable replacement yet, they will quickly promote one of their side sources of supply to the primary position. And this will be the person that they view as the easiest to control and who will buy into their false persona. So in the beginning of the relationship, you believe that the narcissist is lifting you spiritually higher and higher, and that you are also doing the same for them. It may even feel this way at first because the narcissist is infatuated not with you, but with the idea of you. And just like any other love-bombing narcissist, they place you high on a pedestal. There are some spiritual narcissists that may even see you as the cure, the one who came to heal all of their past wounds. And this will never happen as the narcissist is not self-aware enough to self-reflect, so you will eventually fail in their eyes. You will fall off the pedestal and they will no longer see you as the cure. In fact, they will start to see you as the problem. And from this point, devaluation begins and everything goes downhill from there. Personally, I believe the spiritual narcissist is one of the most dangerous and damaging narcissists because every cult leader is a spiritual narcissist. This has been demonstrated throughout history in people like Jim Jones with the People's Temple, David Koresh with the Branch Davidians, or Marshall Applewhite of the Heaven's Gate cult. All of these, quote, spiritual leaders had a way of flaunting their religion or their spirituality and looking down on those who they saw as less spiritually advanced than them. And in their minds, that means everyone. So how do you know if you're involved with a spiritual narcissist? They bring you down rather than lifting you up. Even though they don't act like it, their self-esteem is fragile, and the only way to stabilize that is by making you question your own abilities and your own confidence. They also avoid taking responsibility. So when they hurt other people, there's always an excuse or a justification on why that happened. If they hurt you, it's somehow your fault. In other words, they are super defensive. They use spirituality to prove their point. They're going to always try to persuade you and others that they're right. And if you don't agree, they may become angry, or they may just simply see you as inferior and incapable of grasping the wisdom of their words. Eventually, you're going to notice that having a rational conversation with them feels like really hard work because conversations turn into debates. They try to convert you to their way of spirituality. They won't respect that each person has to find their own way when it comes to spirituality or religion, and they'll argue that their way is the best way, the right way, and the only way. Their actions don't match their words. For example, your spiritual narcissist talks about how much people should be uplifted and supported in their spiritual journey. Yet you notice that the narcissist is quick to look down on them and talk about them poorly behind their backs. And this can include you. For these narcissists, spirituality has more to do with theory than practice. And just like most narcissists, the spiritual narcissist prefers talking over listening. And finally, they don't reveal their true selves. They won't face their fears. They won't deal with their insecurities. And they won't work to heal their wounds, although they will preach this to you and everyone else. Instead, they hide the negative parts of their life and only show the face that they want you and others to see. So, in closing, the spiritual narcissist is not your soulmate. They may actually be considered your wound mate because they will, in the long run, bring you more misery than happiness. They will wound you rather than heal you. They will drag you down. They will not lift you up. So have any of you experienced a spiritual narcissist? Let me know in the comments, and please feel free to share your experience. Thank you all for taking the time to watch, and may your day today and every day be abundantly blessed.